In the small village of Sundarpur, summer had set in with a vengeance. The fields were parched and the scorching sun blazed down on everything below. Amidst this extreme heat lived a young student named Arjun. Arjun was a bright, diligent boy who had a passion for learning. However, his circumstances were far from ideal. His family was poor and they struggled to make ends meet. Despite this, Arjun was determined to continue his education. Every morning, as the sun began to rise, Arjun would set out for school. His uniform was faded and his shoes were worn out, but his spirit was unbreakable. The village school, a small building with cracked walls and a leaky roof, was a heaven for Arjun. Yet, the school itself struggled during the peak of summer. The lack of proper ventilation and the absence of fans made the classroom stiflingly hot. Arjun's father, Ramdas, was a laborer who worked in the fields. Ramdas worked tirelessly to support his family, but his wages were meager. Arjun's mother, Sita, managed the household chores and tried to make the best out of what little they had. Despite the hardships, Arjun's parents believed in the value of education and encouraged their son to pursue his studies. The summer heat was unrelenting. Arjun's journey to school was a grueling one. The sun blazed down mercilessly as he walked several kilometers each day. The dusty roads seemed to stretch endlessly, and the heat shimmered off the ground. Arjun would often stop by a small stream to cool off and drink some water before continuing his trek. In school, the situation was equally harsh. The classroom was a small, cramped space with wooden benches and a blackboard. There was no air conditioning, and the windows did little to let in any breeze. The teachers, though dedicated, struggled to keep the students' attention as the heat made it difficult to concentrate. Many students came to school with sunburns and fatigue, but Arjun, determined to learn, bore the discomfort silently. Despite the challenges, Arjun excelled in his studies. His teachers, impressed by his dedication, often praised him. However, they too were aware of the students' plight and were trying to find ways to improve the learning environment. Some teachers would bring ice-cold water for the students, and a few even arranged for makeshift fans to provide some relief. One day, as Arjun was walking home from school, he noticed a group of people gathered near the village square. Curious, he approached the crowd and saw that a charitable organization was distributing fans and water coolers to the villagers. The organization had heard about the extreme conditions faced by the students and had come to offer assistance. Arjun's eyes widened with hope as he saw the fans being handed out. He approached one of the volunteers and shared his story. The volunteer, touched by Arjun's determination and the harsh conditions he faced, promised to speak with the organization's leaders about providing some support for the school. That evening, Arjun shared the news with his parents. Ramdas and Sita were hopeful but remained skeptical. They knew that charity was often limited and that their village might not receive much attention. Nevertheless, they encouraged Arjun to remain positive. A week later, the charitable organization made a surprise visit to Sundarpur. They were accompanied by local government officials who were keen on addressing the educational needs of the village. The officials visited the school and assessed the situation. They were shocked to see the dire conditions under which the students were learning. The officials and volunteers were moved by Arjun's story and the plight of the other students. They made a commitment to improve the school's facilities. The organization promised to install ceiling fans, repair the roof, and provide other necessary resources to make the learning environment more comfortable. Arjun and his classmates were overjoyed. The thought of having a cooler, more comfortable classroom was exhilarating. The community also came together to support the initiative. Local businesses donated funds and villagers volunteered to help with the repairs. The renovation work at the school began almost immediately. The old, cracked roof was repaired and new ceiling fans were installed in the classrooms. The windows were replaced to allow better ventilation, and a fresh coat of paint gave the school a new look. Arjun watched the transformation with excitement. Every day, he would see the progress and eagerly look forward to the day when he could study in a more comfortable environment. The work was completed within a few weeks, and the school was finally ready to welcome its students into a revitalized space. The inauguration of the newly renovated school was a grand event. The local officials, the charitable organization, and the villagers gathered to celebrate the accomplishment. Arjun and his classmates were thrilled to be part of the special day. With the improvements in place, the learning environment at the school became much more conducive to studying. The ceiling fans provided much needed relief from the heat, and the repaired roof prevented water from leaking during rains. The classrooms were cooler, and the students were more attentive and engaged. Arjun's performance in school improved even further. He was now able to focus better and participate more actively in class. The teachers noticed a significant difference in the students' enthusiasm and concentration. The once dreary classrooms were now filled with energy and positivity. Arjun's success inspired other students to work harder. The support from the charitable organization and the community had made a tangible difference in their lives. Arjun and his peers were grateful for the opportunity to learn in a better environment. The improvements at the school were not limited to the physical space. The charitable organization also provided educational materials such as books and stationery to the students. Workshops and extracurricular activities were organized to enhance the students' learning experiences. Arjun took full advantage of these new opportunities. He participated in various activities including science fairs and sports events. His confidence grew, and he began to envision a future where he could pursue his dreams and make a difference in his community. The village of Sundarpur also benefited from the increased awareness about the importance of education. Parents began to take a more active interest in their children's schooling, and the community as a whole became more supportive of educational initiatives. As the summer ended and the monsoon arrived, the village of Sundarpur had undergone a remarkable transformation. The school, now a symbol of hope and progress, had become a beacon of change for the community. Arjun, along with his classmates, continued to thrive in the improved environment. Arjun's story became an inspiration to many. His determination and the support from the community and charitable organizations had changed his life and the lives of his peers. The once scorching heat was now a distant memory, replaced by a brighter future filled with promise. The village celebrated the success of the school and the positive impact it had on their lives. Arjun, with a heart full of gratitude, looked forward to a future where he could contribute to his community and help others achieve their dreams. The journey from the oppressive heat to a hopeful future was a testament to the power of collective effort and unwavering determination. If you like the story, then subscribe, share, and press the bell icon of the channel for more interesting stories.